Wow, who would have seen this coming? Of course that remark was sarcastic, as I called this all the way back in February. However, I highly doubt I wasn't the only one who saw this coming back in February when the initiative was teased. Marvel Generations is a series of one-shots that will see many of Marvel's legacy heroes teaming up with their modern counterparts. These stories include Captain America, Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Miss Marvel, Spider-Man, Hulk, Jean Grey, Wolverine, Thor, and Hawkeye. I will be reading each of these books as they come out, and for the most part, I'm cautiously excited. What scares me is that this may be a very repetitive series, as I feel Marvel may just be using this as an excuse to get all these heroes to basically just say, I accept you as the new Iron Man, or Hulk, or Thor, and then hug, and just leave the fans wishing they hadn't just wasted $5 on the issue in question. That said, this could also be a smart first move into Marvel's Legacy line, which is the publisher's 15th relaunch in the last 5 years. Similarly to the first Marvel Now, where Marvel tried to copy the success of the New 52, Marvel saw how well DC's Rebirth line was doing and wanted to get in on some of that cash. So now, they're trying to appease their old fans by making their line a better reflection of the years prior to the great 5-year clusterfuck that more or less did nothing but fuck over longtime fans. Honestly though, jokes aside, DC did a great job on Rebirth, so Marvel blatantly ripping off the initiative is a very good idea in my eyes. To start, most of the books go back to their old numbering, or at least continuing from where they left off, the only two exceptions being Falcon, who's never had an ongoing series to pull from, and Marvel 2-in-1, which hasn't had a series since 1983. Amazing Spider-Man will start from issue 789, Avengers from 672, Daredevil from 595, and The Incredible Hulk from 709. On top of that, Marvel is throwing us some very cool retro-style variant covers. We will also be seeing many returning characters who have been absent for a while from the Marvel Universe, such as Dakin, Sam Wilson as Falcon, Johnny Blaze as Ghost Rider, Blade, and Steve Rogers back as a good guy, hopefully not a time traveler or an old man, but as Captain America. Did Marvel learn from DC though? I'm honestly not that sure. Seeing these covers and reading what we can so far, I feel like Marvel may just be renumbering the books to try to capture the Rebirth audience without really doing anything about it. On top of that, why is it already revealed that Cap is back and now a good guy once again? Honestly, after Secret Empire, just kill him off and leave him dead. Basically, since Captain America died at the end of Civil War, we have not had a real Captain America without stupid gimmicks, and all Marvel can think to do is either kill him off, replace him, make him old, evil, stuck in a pocket dimension, etc. Like, come on, even DC killed Batman for a few years, and once he came back, he was just back to normal. I mean, there was that point where Jim Gordon was in a mech suit, but still, it isn't nearly as bad as Marvel was doing with Cap. And now I guess he's gonna go on to some road trip or some shit for like a year, but then next year he'll probably get hit by a laser and become a cybernetic tranny with dog powers. Only later in the story we will hear that he's always been a cybernetic tranny, but the dog powers still came from a laser. Moving on from my little Captain America rant, I can't help but touch on the fact that other than the numbering, not much else has changed. I mean, most of the titles that are launching are just the same as they've had before. I gotta give them credit though for bringing back the X-Men a lot more, with X-Men Blue, Gold, and now Astonishing X-Men. Oh, I also guess Professor X is back? I don't understand how that's possible in any context, but sure. I will also give them credit for Marvel 2-in-1, which is seeing the prominent return of the Thing and Human Torch from Fantastic Four, although I wish the Fantastic Four would just come back full on. Honestly, I don't have much more to say. I made my rant on why I dislike a lot of the new characters, and I got called racist for it. Ouch, but okay. Anyhow, if you really want to support Marvel's baby steps back into listening to us, the fans, then I would suggest buying Marvel 2-in-1. And hell, let's take it a step forward and write in literally every issue begging them to bring back the Fantastic Four. If we can prove our interest, we can get them back. Also, Marvel Generations. Pick up those books and write in for the characters you want to see back. We won't see change unless we annoy them for it. So hopefully Marvel does good with this one, and I'll see you next year for my follow-up to this video where I discuss Marvel's all-new, all-betterer, all-legacier, now publishing initiative. Also, if you liked this video, subscribe. I've been working my ass off to produce a very long and probably the most in-depth history of Spider-Man on YouTube, which I hope is worth a watch. But for now, like Stan Lee always says, please follow me on Twitter.